Fitnwellcircle, an ambassador pro plus for my PFM. I vlog on life situations in relation to health. If today is your first time on my YouTube channel, I'm glad to have you here. Don't forget to click the subscribe button below if you find this video educative. Okay, today I plan to share with you common signs of maternal mental burnout. We know that women are faced with a lot of challenges, so many that they don't even notice themselves, and they don't notice until they get overwhelmed with all these challenges. Okay, so our women out there are faced with a lot of challenges. Mothers especially struggling with this, struggling with that. My child, my husband, my career, my business, and then you still want to keep fit. You still want to put up that front that you're a good mom, or you're a good wife, or you're one who is able to put your house together. My dear, in between everything that you do, you should learn to take breaks. You should learn to pause and review your life and give yourself some treats. So I'm going right into the topic now. I'm going to be talking about the signs that you may not notice ordinarily. Mothers face a lot of stress. Take it or leave it. I mean, this is not even a topic for argument. We all know that mothers are supposedly 1 million handed individuals. You're here, you're there, you're doing a million things at the same time, and that is what the culture expects of you. Because you're a woman, you're expected to be there for your children, expected to be there for your husband, you're expected to do well in your career, expected to do well in your business. Okay, so we're going to be sharing how these signs come up and then we don't notice them. The signs that we see and we don't notice. Okay, first thing I need to, when you're going through mental burnout, it's just mental burnout. You'll probably notice that you start losing interest in the things that you find joy doing normally. If you would ordinarily spend time going shopping for yourself, or if you have time to go swimming, you have time to go party with your friends or hang out with your friends, basically just realize you've lost interest in those things. This is a sign that you're probably undergoing mental burnout. I need to work on things. First, losing interest in things that give you joy, ordinary activities that, if prior to now you were told, faith needs to be at so place, you think about, you're excited to go. Okay, kinds of maternal mental burnout: lack of energy and zest for activities that you usually find joyful, things that ordinarily you're excited to do, you are energetic for. You just realize that you don't have that zest, you don't have that energy, you don't have that passion for it anymore. You'd rather not go for that event or go swimming or partake in that activity, unlike the usual you. This is a sign for concern. It's a sign that you're undergoing some mental burnout. Another sign for mental burnout is when you have lack of sleep. If you notice that you're finding it difficult to sleep at night, you're finding it difficult to rest during the day, no matter how much you try, the sleep doesn't come, you need to be concerned and need to review your day-to-day activity. Okay, poor feeding habits. It could either be you overeating or undereating. If you notice that you're getting to eat much more than you would do on a normal day, this is a sign that you're undergoing some stress, or you're undereating. You just don't have the appetite to eat food items you want to eat. You don't have the energy. There's something about when you feel hungry and you really want to eat something, the way you act towards eating, but you don't even have that vibe, you don't have that strength from within that you want to eat. Then you should be concerned for yourself. Your mental health is at risk. Okay, when you also lose weight or gain weight excessively, it's a sign. I mean, for no just cause. It's not like you're sick, it's not like you're dieting or you're trying to watch your weight or something. You just realize that you're losing weight. Your clothes are no longer your regular size anymore, just like that. And personally, you can't even explain what the problem is. This is a sign of mental burnout. If you are easily provoked over little issues that if a third party was to critically analyze, they wouldn't see a reason why you should be angry or you should outrage, you should shout or have a temper outburst. A third party will probably like, what's wrong? What's the matter? If you notice you keep having recurrent temper outbursts over issues that really don't matter, you may really not you may really be undergoing maternal mental stress. Okay, especially when you take it out on your children or on your spouse. You know, for instance, maybe your husband asks you, oh, how was your day, or hope there was no traffic while you were coming home, and your next response is, do you even care about me? Do you even care about what I do? Why are you asking me that kind of question? Don't you understand how the state of the nation is? You know, giving irrational answers to irrational responses to certain situations, you should start thinking, okay, hope I'm okay, hope everything is fine with me. Okay, these are signs. Yeah, another sign is when you find yourself constantly thinking. You're always lost in thought. You're always thinking of something. There isn't a time of rest for your mind. Your thoughts are everywhere. You're seated, you're thinking, you're standing, you're thinking, you're walking, you're eating, you're thinking. Okay, it's a sign of maternal mental burnout. That means your brain is not resting at all. You are overwhelmed by the load of things you want to do, and then your mind keeps running over them. You know, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I've not done this, I've not done that. It's a sign of a mental burnout. When you're emotionally overwhelmed, this is another important sign that can be overlooked. You know, you feel like crying at any little situations that wouldn't even warrant you to cry in the first place. You know, things that are not so heavy. You know, one does not expect that you cry at that kind of issue or those kind of issues, and then you find yourself crying. You can't even control, you can't stop yourself from crying. You know, there's a difference when you want to cry over something and then you can console yourself and say, I'm going to keep it back in, I'm not going to cry. But this one, you can't control it and it keeps happening. You know, someone says something and the next thing you're crying. Something happened to somebody that wasn't so bad and you're crying. Somebody spoke to you just in a joking manner and you're crying. This is a sign for concern, my sister. Okay, when you also have short attention span, you're having a conversation with someone and the person has said probably just 2-3 sentences, and the person probably on the third sentence the person expects a response from you, and you're looking straight lost, and you probably have to say something like, can you come again, sorry, I didn't get you. You know, if that keeps happening all the time, then you're undergoing some mental burnout and you need to take things easy. If you can't remember what was said in a conversation you had with someone, probably a 5 minutes conversation, 10 minutes, you can't pick one thing and somebody else asks you, oh, okay, what are you discussing with that person? And you're like, I really can't even remember. Really, I can't remember. Or your responses in conversations start to become monosyllabic. Person asks you, oh, how is this? How is that? And you're like, fine, it's okay, it's okay. You know, in a board meeting or a discussion group, and all you can say are monosyllabic words. Yeah, it's fine, no problem. I don't know if you're able to identify yourself in some of these signs. Anyways, it's a sign for you to relax. It's when you start experiencing all these things, just know that you're undergoing some burnout and you need to take things easy on yourself. When you feel inadequate or you feel like you're a failure in the things that you do, you're scared of taking up new responsibilities, of starting new projects, of doing anything per se, and then you feel that, I'm going to fail at this, or I haven't done well for myself, I haven't achieved well for myself. When you start feeling like a failure in that sense, it's a sign of mental burnout. Okay, another sign is when you start cooking tasteless meals. No matter how much of the ingredients, following the rules, following the procedures of cooking, the meal still comes out tasteless. Your brain is stressed, you're fagged out, you're fatigued. your brain is screaming, I am tired, I am tired. Read my lips, I am tired. That's what your brain is telling you. I am tired. Can you rest? Can you relax? Can you just take a break? Yeah. This is also very important. When you have low sex drive, this does not apply to an individual who has always had low sex drive, for other reasons whatsoever. But for someone who has always had a high libido, and all of a sudden you just realize you don't have interest in sex, especially, in the marriage setting, you don't find your husband attractive enough to want to have sex with him. Not just even being attractive, you're not just in the mood for it. Always. There's a difference in when you're busy with something, but when you just don't have that zest to go for it, no matter how much you're aroused, pampered, touched here, touched there, you just don't have that drive to have sex with your spouse, then you're going through a mental burnout. Yeah. When you find it difficult to wear a smile, it's a sign. It seems simple, but it's a sign. If almost always you have your forehead squeezed in a furrow and you find it difficult to actually even smile because you constantly worn that frowning face, and then you're asked to smile and you just find it difficult to, put up a smile. You've forgotten how to smile. Your brain has forgotten how to smile because you've been faced with so much stress that almost every time your fight flight response nervous system is on, and that's a lot of stress. You're altering your autonomic nervous system automatically because you're just always reactive. You are the reactive person. You want to fight, you want to defend, so most times your face is squeezed. When you're saying even things that are supposed to be funny and jovial, you're squeezing your face all the way. Okay. My other point here will be when you have poor memory. Yes, I mentioned loss of attention span initially. In addition to that, you could also have poor memory. You realize that you're forgetting things a lot. You have to walk to your room or pace forth and back before you remember what you actually wanted to do, or somebody said something to you and you can't remember. That's for a loss of attention span. So here, loss of memory. You can't remember. You wrote something or you listened to something, you wanted to pick something somewhere, and on getting to the room, you had to go back. It took you a while before you remembered, and then you went back, and on getting to the room again, you forgot. It's a different thing when this is a one-off, but when it becomes consistent, you're going through some burnout and you need to sort it out. Okay. So this other factor, when you act like a robot, all you do is you have a routine that does not change. You wake up at 5 a.m. Once you wake up, you're on your feet, you enter the kitchen. Excuse me. You enter the kitchen, you have what you want to do, you're cooking, you're done with that, or children to the bathroom, get into the car, drop them at school, get to work, do your work routine, you're back. There isn't no change to your routine. You're just like a robot. And you're not thinking, your brain is not thinking at all. You're just, I have to do this so that I can survive. That's what your body's telling you, that's what you're doing. So you're just going for it. Go, and you keep going, and then you're not even giving yourself some time to rest. That's a sign of mental burnout. Another important point is when you forget to care for yourself. You forget to look good, you forget to wear the clothes, you don't even know how to combine your colors anymore, which you used to do. You don't care what your hair looks like, you don't care if you wear makeup or not, you don't care if you've had your bath or you haven't had your bath, you don't care if your footwear is dirty or not, and this is not your usual self, you're going through some mental burnout, my dear, and you need to be rescued. You need to be rescued. Sorry, you need someone to rescue you. You need a rescuer. Get one, or the rescuer should come around and get you. Basically, as mentioned, when your conversations are monosyllabic, when your conversations are monosyllabic, then you're going through a mental burnout. When you start having joint pains and tensions all over your body, it's a sign that you're undergoing mental stress. This is why you have joint pains and tension in your body, because when you're stressed, you are tensed from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. All your muscles, the muscles in your body are squeezed, they are actively contracting. So instead of them relaxing, they are squeezed at all times. Now, if at this elbow now, I'm supposed to have some muscles that will help to lengthen my hand and then help to shorten my hand. If the muscles are constantly in a shortened position, this is what's going to happen, and that means there's going to be a lot of pressure on this elbow joint. Okay, instead of it being relaxed, sometimes it goes into extension, sometimes it goes into a bent position. Okay, but it's always bent. Over time, you're going to have pain. You're going to start having pain. If it was your knee, you're going to start having pain in your knee joint, your neck. You find a lot of mothers with neck pain. Neck pain and knee pain. Part of the causes of their pain may just be the stress they are going through. If they could relax, take some time out to relax, then they may not be experiencing those pains that they are experiencing. Okay? When you also realize that you're always clenching your teeth, before anybody says anything, you're clenching your teeth. Even in your sleep, you're clenching your teeth, you're grinding. This is not healthy for you at all. I mean, not healthy for your brain, not healthy for your digestive system, not healthy for your pelvic floor muscles, because there's a connection between you grinding your teeth and you contracting your pelvic floor muscles. There's a research that backs that up. Okay, and we want you to be fine. So if you are going through any of these signs and symptoms of mental burnout as a woman, seek help. You can start by seeing a physiotherapist, see a medical practitioner, or you see a psychologist or a psychiatrist. There are various ways in which you can be helped. We can help you to prioritize your day-to-day activity. You can get a counselor, to help you with your thoughts. Okay, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about coping with maternal mental stress, how you can handle all the stress you're faced with and still be a good.
Thank you for watching through to the end. I hope you're able to learn something new. If you need to reach out to me concerning any of the things I've mentioned, or you need help with your pelvic health, you could reach out on my Instagram handle at Fitnwellcircle, or send me an email at fitnwellcircle@gmail.com, or you could reach out through my WhatsApp number, which is on the link in my Instagram, on my Instagram page. See you in my next video. Bye.